in the policies of the government of the State of Israel. And that's why I came to a meeting with people who I hope agree with those two issues on which we have to bring about changes. So I'd like to talk, if I can, for the next 45 minutes. Hi, Steve. I want to talk about the issue of, first of all, I believe that the policies of the current Israeli government are creating a chasm in the Jewish people. It's not a chasm that is dividing Israel and diaspora. It's, as I said, a chasm that is beginning to separate people within the entire Jewish people, both in Israel and in the diaspora. But there's a difference between the two sides of this chasm. The one side of the chasm, which I will call the unliberal side, have so much in common that they stick together, they are powerful, they have a conversation, they have places they meet, they go to shul, they pray to the same God, they talk to evangelistic Christians. They're in that world of things that bond them together. The other side, there is a chasm between Israel and the diaspora, because we Israeli, Smalaniyim Masrichim, don't speak. Don't speak. We don't build ties. We don't create joint efforts with the alienated Jews in the diaspora. And we should be doing that. We should be using every possible opportunity we can to find those many, many liberal Jews who have a fortune, who have fortunes of money, to stand up and do exactly what Sheldon Adelson and others are doing for the other side, hijacking the Jewish communities of the diaspora. And there's no opposition to that. But there is a need for an opposition to that. We are not using what we have. We are not using our politicians. We are not using our people in order to help create that. We are also not developing the other things which should bond us together. And here there's a real problem. People, it was those Smalaniyim Masrichim that created the State of Israel. The socialist Zionists who built the state are very different from the American liberals, because American liberalism, you ask me to pinpoint the central principle of American liberalism, I would say it is freedom of religion. If you ask me to pinpoint the central principle of the Zionist progressives who created the state, it was freedom from religion. Two totally different mindsets. And it's those two mindsets that we have to overcome. We have to overcome them not only by pointing our finger at the diaspora, we have to talk to ourselves about Israel, about what the hell are we doing about our Jewishness. Now, not how do we become orthodox. For me, Jewish pluralism is enhancing the right to provide different interpretations of a common memory. Living someone else's memory is assimilation. That's a big difference. I don't want to import reform or conservative Judaism from America because it's so great. I want to do what has begun to happen in Israel over the last 10 years, create a rejuvenation within Israel of phenomenal hitkatshut Yehudit, of people recognizing that if we don't take care of our own Jewishness, but we people on the so-called left in Israel should become more and more involved in that, and in making sure that diaspora Jewry knows about it, builds ties with us around that. There are two principles in Judaism that I constantly, when I run across them, it's a profound difference. Asur Toratcha Teva make your learning of Torah keva, al ta'as tfilatcha keva. By the way, they appear in the same book. I say Torah keva, al ta'as tfilatcha keva. Two trends in Jewish thought. A trend of keva, which I call law, and a trend of al ta'as keva, which is a trend of spontaneity. Here in Israel, everything Jewish is by law. It's unbelievable. The struggle in Israel on the political scene should be what are the issues that are not legislatable. How do you prevent religious legislation in Israel? Because we should leave room for al ta'as tfilatcha keva, for being allowed to be spontaneous. I mean, you go listen to an American rabbi give a talk in a shul. He'll tell you how being Jewish is good for your diet. There's a spontaneity, it creates a way of which it touches you, it's emotional, it affects you. Yeah, Judaism is all law, 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 law. Those are incompatible. We have to find a way of strengthening the law keva. But it must be a different interpretation of a common rule. My God, my eyes aren't that bad. I can't see the road. There was. I'm just being quiet for another 30 seconds because by doing that I will overrun by 5 minutes. Contribution to making this place not run on time. Thank you very much for listening.